Or have one.
Or if they just go, whoop, hello.
That's how it is. Yeah, she was last year when she
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's one today. Yeah. It's not easy. Just add up to your senior vacation. We're good with that.
I know, I mean, she picked a day, so like I haven't talked to her.
It's different. So the undergraduate.
Yeah, he's actually.
I mean, it's just incredible. That training, I go sit at the back. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fine. It can help. I talk fast. It happens.
Hey, that's good.
How did you? Were you disappointed, Aaron, that the joke this week?
Was I disappointed that there was no joke?
Yeah.
That's okay.
I was really tired, so I decided no.
I understand it. It's just, I love how it's just watching this have a
Yeah.
conversation.
Well, I mean, we're not starting the meeting yet, so we might as well just
That
talk.
is true. There was quite a few minutes.
I know, I'd be really bored if I was just like sitting on the live stream right now, no one was talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll split like 3 or 4. You get like 3 or 4.
Hello, live stream. I'm Aaron. We will be starting in about 3 minutes.
I think there are 0 people in that live stream right now.
That's okay. You know, it's not for everyone.
If my eyes don't need a check, I see a 0 there.
You know,
It could be an 11, I guess.
it could.
Yeah, where did that one point thing got go? Like it got a point and then it was erased. They left it on the board for a while. I was up there for an entire period.
Oh my god. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think maybe like people who are like running the clock just have certain deals, so it's like.
Yeah.
Field session. Oh, yeah.
This thing is so cool. Oh, now it's exactly.
Man,
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
now I'm gone.
That's okay.
Oh, we like a toddler over here. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not in the camera right now. I need to be loud now, so I appear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna appear again in a second anyway, and I do the roll.
Oh, I didn't know if you could.
Maggie, can you say something loudly so we can test it?
What?
Can you say something loudly?
Hi.
Well, keep talking.
How's it going? Is it working?
Nick Smith, say something loud, please.
Hello. My name is Nicholas Edward Smith, and I'm a psychology major.
No.
Not with it.
I think they just yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Probably.
Can't focus.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go out?
I'm born ready, coach.
I'm avoiding Ari because I
I took the shirt on first, and then I put the pants on.
You have a belt?
It's okay.
40.
Just waiting a second.
I call to order the November 1st meeting of the Student Government Association. Please review your agendas while Adam does roll call.
Michaela Evans.
Here.
Cade Levens. Here. Levi Ekstrom. Here. Caitlin Egan.
Here.
Nicholas Smith.
Here.
Timothy Allen. Here. Isabella Cateo.
Here.
Haley Kane.
Here.
Maggie Roberts.
Here.
Crystal Mills.
Here.
Christopher Lannon.
Here.
Eric Hardy.
Here.
Alana Downs.
Here.
Ethan Haynes.
Here.
Lois Black. Alexandria Malios.
Here.
Daniel Lyons.
Here.
Lucas Appel. Nick Colombo.
Here.
Sarah Harrington.
Here.
Jack Gideon.
Here.
Joseph Dania.
Is there any corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are approved.
Now, for your present support, Aaron Lessig.
Hello, everyone. Tonight we have the WSU president, Dr. Linda Thompson, that will be joining us as our guest speaker. So please welcome Dr. Linda Thompson. We also have a gift for you.
Oh my! See that? Love it. Thank you, Aaron. It's my pleasure to be here this evening with you, and just want to say I was in Washington, D.C. last week. There are 3 students and doing a semester in Washington right now, and I had a chance to meet all 3 of them, and the things that they're doing and their experience in DC was just amazing. The internships that they were able to get, and I just want to put a plug in that as many of you who could think about doing a experience where you're doing that internship in Washington, you should think about it. And the other thing that I spoke to the president of the Washington Center is looking at ways that we can do some intensives. So you may not need to spend a whole semester, but people interested in different areas of policy, perhaps we could, we can make that happen for students who have an interest. So, Aaron, I just want you to help me think about how to do that, so we can take a group. And it's such a pleasure to come and meet with people who are our future leaders in the United States. Not only leaders, but I see you as the potential policymakers. And we already have some people who are demonstrating their skills of being policymakers already, just by, I'll just say Dan is trying to influence or influencing our strategy for the campus for sustainability. I hope all of you feel comfortable enough to let me know if you see an issue or a problem, that you will come and let me know what that problem is, and you'll help me think about a solution. As some of you all know, I really admire and respect people who are trying to not only volunteer like we're doing right now, but you're trying to guide, lead, and influence and teach other people about ways that we can make Westfield State University one of the best universities in the United States. And the more that you help me, the stronger we will be in making that reality happen. I just want to also put a plug in tomorrow. Governor Baker is going to be here. And we have 46 books that we're going to give out to the first 46 people who show up to hear Governor Baker. It's from 4 to 5, right?
4 to
Ten.
5. Then
Four.
5 to 5:30 is the signing of the autograph. of the
He's
books.
gonna, he will autograph the books for you, and the book is on results. And I've had a chance to read the book. He talks about different issues and problems that he has experienced in his work life, and the strategy that he used in order to achieve results. That book, I think, would be a good book for any of you to use as you go out and pursue your career, because we all face problems, and we all need a strategy on how to achieve results. So just saying, please show up. People up here, because of your volunteering, I'm gonna give you one.
Thank you.
Do you have to say thank you?
Thank you.
So, you know, these are the things that I worry about right now a lot, is how do we achieve results? And how do we really embrace democracy? The thing that I love about the work that you do here is you're participating. You're participating and you're engaged. And we need more people to be engaged in civil society and understand this is the way democracies work. And, you know, the thing that I also think about in terms of a leader is you need to be fair, you need to be kind, you have to have the ability to listen to the needs of people and try to figure out ways that you can create solutions for them. And I just want to say over the next year, I'm going to be starting the next generation of the strategic plan for Westfield State University to create a blueprint for us to move into 2030 and beyond. In 2024, our university is going to be 185 years old. It's a long time to be here. And what we need to do is make sure we're strong and effective so we can last another 185 years. I know we won't be here. But we can try right now to make this place the best. And I want you to help me develop that vision and that direction for our campus for the next several years. And people in government, student government, are the best people to help me do that. You know, last year when I started, it was right after COVID. You all lived through it. I know I was really tired of staying at home. I'm sure you were too. But the thing that I talked about was a bridge to the future and restore our health. That was the message I talked a lot about. And it was just because of the, you know, what was happening to the mental health and what happened with the pandemic and the strain that it took on all of us trying to make a difference. A lot of you were probably trying to get through your coursework either in high school or in college, but that was really a hard thing for us to go through. And as a campus, we needed to really look at that. The other thing we needed to focus on last year was to make sure our fiscal health was good. And right now, my worry is about our enrollment. And the reason why I worry about our enrollment is because our birth rate hasn't been that robust in the United States. So we do need to think about immigrant populations. I was just talking about Haiti as a place. We right now have this large group of Haitian refugees in Massachusetts. Families who are escaping poverty and all of the things that's happening in that country. And they're asking universities to help out. We have an empty dorm. I'm just sharing this with you because I haven't made a decision yet, but I need you to help me think through it. Because I said, you know, we don't have a lot of Haitians out here. But you probably know people, right?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
There are a lot of people in Brockton, though. But, you know, I'm just saying, they've been asking us to figure out how we can help with these groups of people who are immigrating, trying to immigrate to our country. So there might see some people from Haiti on our campus, you might see it. Haven't decided yet, but it is something that I say our campus is a welcoming and inclusive campus, a campus that is going to look at ways that we can do the best for people. And we really need to figure out a way that we are welcoming people from other cultures as well as people from our country. Because that's how we will be able to move forward as a strong, not only a strong campus, but a strong society. And West Hill State, as you have heard me say in the past, is one of these campuses that started out with this idea of being an inclusive campus. We started out with the idea of teaching people how to be engaged in democracy, which was an experiment when our university was started. And in 1839, we were a new country, and we were trying to teach people how to be involved in government and governance, because before that, we had kings and queens. It was an autocratic society, and teaching people how to participate in governance was a new thing. So that was a new idea, and we were the first university to become co-ed and admit women. We were the first university to admit people of color. So this idea of West Hill State being a participatory type of place that taught people how to engage in democracy was how our campus became this space for big thinkers and this space for people to learn and to think about how do we move forward. So I have embraced this concept of idea. I think that idea, I-D-E-A, and I also add the S on the end, which is solutions for ideas, will be the focus for me this year. We're going to focus on innovation. We will be asking people to tell us how to make education on our campus the best, how to seek new ways to work, to teach, and to help people learn, how we will invest in innovative strategies for teaching. Or a computer scientist back there, a future computer scientist, right?
Yep.
A lot of the ways that learning is going to take place in the future is going to be using technology. And how do we embrace those technological tools in order to make learning better? In a few weeks, I'm going to be going out to California to talk to people from Dreamscape. Hollywood is starting to get involved in this teaching space. And the president of Arizona State, someone who I've been following most of my career, is bringing together educators with people from Hollywood to talk about how we make learning fun, interesting, and different. I'd love to get you guys to help me think about how we can do that better. Maybe, it's the computer scientist, it's the artist, it's the creative juices that young people have that's going to make the methodology of the future for teaching better. So it's not only that you will be sitting in a classroom listening, but you're going to be immersed in a world where you will be experiencing something new. That's what they're trying to do, using metaverse, using technology as a tool. And I've seen using technology where you can take a person back to and immerse them in the 1800s, and you can go and experience what they were doing back then, where you can experience a hurricane, where you put on those goggles. Still make me sick when I put on those goggles. I get a little bit queasy when I put them on, but that is one of these innovations are things that we are looking at doing. And I have created a fund to invest in innovation. And students could probably apply for an innovative grant. If you come together, bring together the artists, bring together computer scientists, and come up with some creative way to teach something. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. The D is for diversity. We're gonna commit to diversity. LaRue Pierce is in the back. Nobody can miss him because he's over 6, how tall is he?
6'5".
He's a tall man, and he's a big man. He's gonna be helping to bring diversity onto our campus. Diversity not only of people and backgrounds, but diversity of thought. We need to be able to have conversations with people who think differently than we think and not be disagreeable. You know, Nancy Pelosi's husband was hit in the head with a hammer. And people are saying that that didn't happen. You know, how crazy is that? This man is in an intensive care unit and had surgery because he had a dent in his thumb. And who knows how long it's going to take him to recover from that. And people are talking about that on TV. I heard something like that this morning when I was looking at the news. We need to be able to be in different camps. A Democrat or a Republican, it doesn't matter. We're all human beings. We all are, you know, we live in a society where we have to learn how to get along. And so I do need us to teach people who choose to come to this campus to be able to listen. You don't have to agree, but you don't have to be disagreeable. And you don't have to be mean and mad and angry at someone because they're different in the way they think than you do. That's not how our campus was formed. Our campus was to teach people how to do that. And so diversity, inclusive excellence, where we believe that all people have a right to be heard, that all people are welcomed and supported if they choose to come to this campus. That's what I want. And so LaRue is going to help me get there, and all of you are going to help me get there by developing these strategies. And over the last couple of months, we've had two meetings. Logan, you've been, where's Logan? Logan has been at both of those meetings where we're talking about bringing the city of Westfield together with the university to begin to figure out how we can engage with this campus, with not only on our campus, but off campus to make this city the best place for people to live, work, play, and raise a family. Where they want your input. They want you to serve on a board of trustees. I'm on the board of trustees of Stanley Park. We have some openings. Let me know if you want me to nominate you, because I told them we need people under 40 on this board of trustees. Everybody is over 40. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but everybody's over 40. But we need, and I said, you need to get the perspective of different age groups in order to know how to plan for the future, because they are the future, not us. And so just let me know if you want to be on that board. But it is something that we're all looking at, this whole idea of engagement, for our students to be engaged. The other thing I just loved about being in Washington, D.C. last week was meeting with some of our alumni. You know, one of our alumni is the head coach of the hockey team in Washington, D.C. You know, I don't know much about hockey at all. But I did have a chance to go and see them play. And I asked them if, you know, the hockey coach, if we could plan an event when they're here in Boston, and I can take some people to see their game. I also met with the head coach of George Washington's basketball team. And he was talking about his time here on our campus, where in his room there was a fire. It's the craziest story. He talked about that they went out and there was this windstorm and they had a fan in the window. And there was a guitar on the bed the wind blew the fan on the guitar and it started running around like the fan does, and it caused a fire. And but he said he loved being on this campus, and he would love to come back and meet you guys and talk to you about his experience here on our campus. And I think the thing that I want to do next year for our homecoming, we had homecoming just a few days ago. That was the biggest homecoming I'm told that we've had. I would love for it to be bigger and invite these types of alums back. But I saw one of our alums talk to one of the students from Washington, D.C., a female. This alum is working for the FBI. She talked to that student for over an hour about how to shape her own career, that what she needed to do in order to influence law enforcement in this country. She says there's only 15% of the people working for the FBI who are women, and we need more of them. And she talked to her about doing that. And that's the reason why this engagement is so important. I want us to be engaged with community, our alums, our government and business leaders, bringing people like the governor here tomorrow for you to listen to him and his story and how he is going to teach you about results. So higher education really needs to begin to do more engagement. We need to worry about our enrollment. We need to worry about this uncertain future. But if you help me go out and tell people this is the best place to come and go to school, they'll choose us. If you can help me think about ways that we can do curriculum in a quicker way or easier way, like these intensives I talked about doing in Washington, D.C., they'll come to us. But I need you to help me think through that. And finally, advancement. Raising money. That's what I talk to all our alums about. Can you help me raise money for scholarships for students? A lot of students need to have a leg up to be able to afford college. A lot of you probably won't be able to do that study in Washington, D.C. because of you need money to help you to do that. If they can help me raise money, I can do that. We need to look at ways that we can also advance the culture on this campus to make it a really wonderful place for people to be, but advancement. And then all of those things, looking at how you can work with me on solutions is the framework that I want to adapt for our campus. I know our enrollment will grow because that's what I'm going to focus on. I want to look at how we can do a better job with how we hire and keep people, making people feel welcome and heard, figuring out a way that we can create goals that are measurable, and looking at ways that we can help people make a decision about your discipline or degree that you want to focus on. But all of you in this room are going to have a lot of jobs, because there are jobs out there that don't exist that you're going to have. Because you're going to create those opportunities for yourself. You know, I always call myself a gypsy. I've worked in 10 different universities. I guess people say I can't keep a job. But I've worked in a lot of different places, and I have really found a home here at this university. I have found the people who inspire me, the faculty, the staff, the students are some of the best people I've seen, even though I've worked at 10 different places. So I want to thank you for asking me to come and talk to you. Mike is going to give you all up here a book. The first 46 coming tomorrow will get a book. We purchased these books for you. And if you like them, let me know and we can make them available for a course that people are taking. So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer any questions that you might have.
Are there any comments, questions, or concerns for President Thompson?
Aaron Lessing.
I just want to say, I know the idea about having Haitians come, I think that's a great idea, and I honestly would really encourage it. We have that building that's not being used. If you're really looking into that, I would really encourage it. I think that's great for our community as well as just university in general. Chris Lannon.
Hi, thank you for coming. First of all, I'd like to say that I know, some people on the cabinet have pointed out that the theme of this year is rebuilding the nest. Personally, I know I'm on the diversity and inclusion committee. I know Rodney brought up that within the next 2 semesters, we could be having about 100+ Asian American transfer students come in. Is there any way, you talked about inclusivity and diversity, is there any way we can get information to make those students feel more comfortable in being on campus, especially since it's like a culture shock to them because, it's a very, rural area,
Right.
suburban campus. And also, I brought up the idea of a mural project to the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. I was wondering what you, think of that and what you would like to see in that, because I've reached out to the club presidents and
Yeah.
I've only heard back from a couple, but I just want to know what you think about that.
So I like that. What do you think about that, LaRue?
I love it.
I love it too. I'd love to listen to the committee and get your perspective on how you want that to move forward. And you help us think through the best way to do it. There's a small group of there's a club for the Asian Pacific Islanders on our campus already. And one of the other things I'll ask LaRue to do is to work with that small group of students to see how we can embrace the students who choose to come here, this group of people coming from China. We will also look at a way that we can engage with the faculty who are from China on our campus and try to figure out a way to get them more engaged with the community, the Asian community here in Massachusetts. There's a fairly large group of people from Asia here in Massachusetts, larger number of them in the Boston area, but we'll figure out a way to bring them. I did meet with someone from Belfast when I was in Washington, D.C. They want to also figure out a way that we can develop a relationship with Queen's in Belfast and Ulster. Those are 2 universities that I visited 3 years ago. So we're looking at a way that we can have some summer people coming in the summer from different countries and have our students go to different places too. So I really want you to help us think through this. Okay.
Dean Courier.
Hi, thank you for coming down. So I know last year and even earlier this year, you mentioned about partnerships with other universities. I wonder if you can give us any updates on those partnerships and where we are in the progress with that.
Well, right now, I think the focus has been on partnerships really more local. So we've been connecting with all of the community colleges in the area, Holyoke Community College, Springfield Technical, Berkshires, and Greenfield Technical University. So those are the places that we've been paying attention to and looking at a way that we can develop a strong relationship. Right now, we're signing an MOU. We've signed an MOU to work with the campus in China. We are looking at developing a relationship with the university in Vietnam. And, I just mentioned developing a relationship with those 2 universities in Belfast. I went to Hampton University this summer They are interested in a relationship with our campus as well. That's an HBCU, which is a historical Black college and university. We are wanting to work with them because we hope to develop that university because it followed our blueprint of a normal school. And that president and I have been talking, and right now the two provosts are talking to see about how we can develop that relationship. So more to come, and I'll tell you how we move forward.
Any further? Chris Lannon?
So another thing I wanted to bring up was, I know the governor's coming down tomorrow. Another thing we could possibly do, because I know my school, for the 2020 election, we brought Pete Buttigieg in. Could we possibly, like, when it comes to 2024, since that's gonna be such a crucial election for every aspect of it, we bring in like Senate candidates, presidential candidates, House candidates to come in and tell people, and like get people motivated to vote and why they should vote?
You know, the best group to ask them to come is this group right here. You know, the reason, you know, sometimes they think you're not registered to vote. They want to encourage you to get registered to vote, and they see younger people as the future constituents. And so I will be happy to work with you to help you think through strategy on bringing different candidates to campus. You know, having debates. I love that idea. You know, Tim, how can you help them do this?
The invitation to candidates in any office has to come from the Student Government Affairs. The President's office can't invite them. If you invite one candidate, you have to offer equal time to the other candidates. But it can be done, and we'd be happy to work with it. It's a great idea.
So he told you why I can't do it.
All right.
All right. Any other questions?
Any other questions for President Thompson? Seeing none, I think we're all set. Thank you very much
All
for
right, well,
coming down.
thank you for asking me. I really want to say thank you for your leadership, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, President Thompson, again. First thing that I wanted to mention is that the cornhole tournament is going on tonight. So please, after our meeting, if you're able to, please stop by University Hall to support their cause in fighting breast cancer. Next thing I wanted to mention, the SGA bonding trip, which is a ropes course, is going to be happening on November 12th. We're going to be meeting, you might want to write this down if you have a pen. If not, it's okay. We'll be meeting in front of Scanlon Hall around 8:30 on that Saturday. You just have to get on the bus. You don't have to be awake. Get on the bus, and then you can sleep on the bus. And we're going to be going to Springfield College. The ropes course is going to be challenge by choice, so you can do the hardest course or nothing at all, as Emily would say. Please just warm, as we will be outside. But if you do need winter clothes, please talk to Laura. Also, if you have any food allergies as well, please talk to Laura for that. As President Thompson did say, Governor Charlie Baker will be coming to campus tomorrow in the Laughlin Living Room in Scanlon Hall at 4 p.m. So she's invited us all to attend. So please, if you're able to, go stop by and meet the governor. He's very nice. If you're not in the group me that we used to send out information to all, please see me after the meeting. I'm trying to get everybody in that. And then next, we're looking for 2 students to sit on a sustainability committee. This is the committee that Dan Courier presented on at the last board meeting. And this committee will be responsible for developing an initial strategic plan for how Westfield State University can become more sustainable. There's not a time yet for the committee, but if you're interested, please see me. I'm assuming they're waiting for everyone to get representatives for the committee to find a time that works for the whole committee. They are planning that the committee will go into next year, so preferably not a senior. But if you're interested, you can always come up. Finally, the last thing I have, we have to appoint someone tonight. If you could please stand. I move to appoint Konstantinos Solopoulos as a representative at large, I said it wrong, for the remainder of the 2022-2023 academic year.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to appoint Konstantinos Tisopoulos to the rep-at-large position for the remainder of the 2022-2023 year. Is there any comments, questions, or concerns on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you. Sorry, Konstantinos. And that's really all I got. Please stop by the cornhole tournament.
Is there any comments, questions, or concerns for Aaron Lessig? Nick Palumbo.
You said that you meet at 8 a.m., right, for that bus?
8:30.
Oh, 8:30.
You are.
Any further questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Vice President Report of Student Life, Logan Terenzi.
Hey everyone, I'm going to keep this brief. So last week I met with John Zacco, the Assistant Director of Res Life, and we went over a few things. The Res Halls are built to mostly capacity, and doing so has caused a more vibrant and active community within them. He says space-wise there is still room for changes in living situations, but singles is going to be difficult. Dickinson is going to be closed for the spring, but is expected to be back up for next fall. RAs seem to be doing well, and their events are larger in popularity than previous semesters, averaging between 10 to 30 students showing up. We talked about recycling and how to better recycle for the res halls, and we're currently working on different ways to get better signage and education and communication with facilities and students, so it's easy to understand what can and cannot be recycled and how to do it properly. Res Life has data for energy consumption for each hall, and is thinking about doing programs for energy saving in the next couple months and semesters. They're also looking at getting more graduate housing up and running. I also met with the Dean of Students, Maggie Balls, today, and we talked about a few things. The Lived Name Committee will be meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Student Affairs is looking into getting a consultant to come down and look at the counseling center and health services to give recommendations how to change and improve them. The newest counselor just started today, and her name is Raven. She's bilingual, so that will be very helpful for students going forward. There's an open house this weekend, and I've been told that off-campus activities are alive and well, but they wanted me to remind everyone that they can be a health and safety issue and be respectful to the Westfield community.
Are there any comments, questions, or concerns for Logan? Sarah Harrington.
So going into the spring semester, are they, for people who are looking to do room changes, are they just gonna put people in open places, or do you still have to go through the whole process of making sure that the people who are living there are okay with it?
They're definitely going to be looking into and making sure people are okay with living with new people. That's kind of like the basis of the procedure that's always been there. But with the change of semesters, there is always a drop in attendance here, so there will be more housing available typically, just because of either study abroad programs, transfer students, people dropping out, and just any other situation going on.
Any further? Dan Courier.
Hi, Logan. I was wondering if Res Life could just make sure that students know about the maintenance request form, because there are a lot of people that are complaining about things, but it would just be better if they just submitted a request on My Housing.
I'll let them.
Any further? Seeing none. Thank you, Logan. Food Services Committee, Adam Carpenter.
Hey y'all, welcome to Food Services Report, Adam's version. I'm just gonna run you through the quick highlights because everything was pretty straightforward. So the first thing is it's really important for us to get feedback on the chairs in the DC. So please share that. Second thing, and I don't want you to hold me on this too much since I know we've been told it so many times, but I've heard that the dishwasher should be shipped out by November 8th. And on top of that, it will take a week for it to be installed, and that it will be full paper for that week. The trash cans are not going to come back because while they are there, a sizable amount of silverware was being thrown away, and they can't really afford that cost. We're also looking into a system for the DC that would operate similar to a jukebox where you can like choose songs for students and then have that be played. We still have to consider the cost and technology required, and whoever is giving food services next week will keep you updated because I forgot what the prices were and I wrote this report late. I also want to quickly address the images that surfaced on social media showing that there was metal wire found in the pizza in the DC. Rest assured that issue will be brought up at food services and we will get to the bottom of it. Have a great week.
Are there any comments, questions, or concerns for Adam? Sarah Harrington.
So for the speakers in the DC, can we do something about like the one speaker that's in like the back left corner that's just so unreasonably loud? Thank you.
I will bring that up. I could hear it from outside yesterday. It was very annoying.
Are there any further questions? Katie Egan.
Hi, Adam. Do you know about the salad tosses or like the Happy Meals or cheeseburgers or anything in the bistro?
I was told that I would get an email updating me, and I have yet to receive that email. I was told I would get it on the day of food services last Wednesday, and it has now been a week. So I will ask again.
Any further? Seeing none, thank you, Adam. Vice President's report of student equity, Rodney Duteau.
Hello, everybody. Only like one thing to report. Last week on Wednesday, I was able to attend the Muslim Student Organization's first meeting. During this meeting, I was able to have a conversation with the advisor of the club, and we were talking about how the DC has a certification that the chicken that they provide is halal. Essentially, practicing Muslims can only eat chicken and other foods if it's cooked and processed a certain way, meaning it's halal. And there's like way more to it than that. But the thing is, the DC did show MSO the certification, but the students and MSO's advisor would like to meet with Bill and to see how the chicken is actually being handled within the kitchen itself, because of cross-contamination and like very little things could be a violation to their own beliefs and culture. And I'll be working closely with MSO and actually organizing a meeting with them sometime this week or next week to see like if it's actually acceptable for them to eat. But if you have any like concerns about the global cuisine in DC or any issues regarding equity, diversity, and inclusion, please reach out to me. My office hours are Tuesdays, every Tuesdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and every Wednesdays 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can email me at vpequity.sga.westfield.ma.edu. Thank you.
Are there any comments, questions, or concerns for Rodney? Seeing none, thank you, Rodney. Vice President's report is Finance, Dan Courier.
All right, hello everyone. So the projector's going to go up in a minute, but we're going to be discussing just our monthly finances. In an effort for transparency, I'm going to be giving you a monthly update that's basically explaining to all of you what our financial situation is. So for those that are watching on the live stream, there are two of you. Might not, it could show you, but if not, you can just email me and you can have the presentation out. All right. So this is the financial update as of yesterday. This is an overview of all the budgeted funds that are currently on our budget funds list in Excel for us. So overall, we have spent all of our club line item allocations, all of our club sport line item allocations, and most of our SGA line item allocations. The $5,500 remaining is for the Senate Scholarship, which has not been dispersed yet, and for the Fine Arts Festival, which has not been dispersed yet either. We still have remaining funds for SGA Awards Banquet and Powerball, which have not been spent. We have only spent about $500 for administrative costs. We still have about $24,500 remaining. Finance proposals, we've having very few finance proposals come through, only $150, that was to QSA last month. We still have $29,850 still to go, so please encourage clubs to submit finance proposals to the Finance Committee. The Build the Nest Fund, we have not spent any money yet. We have not spent any money in SGA room improvements as of today. The Executive Council discretionary funds reminds everyone that this is for The use, for the benefit of everyone in SGA, SGA bonding trip is an example of what is under discretionary funds. Anything that is needed, that we need to make a quick purchase will be under this discretionary funds. The bonding trip is just one of those examples for $1,350. That does not include transportation or lunch as of this time. So I'll be incurring that in November. So we still have roughly $3,500 remaining, and we still have $15,000 in the reserve funds, which will be probably sent out after the spring enrollment numbers are finalized. So this is just an overview of what's remaining, what's been spent. As you can note, most of our money has been spent as of today. We still have a lot remaining in these funds. So we have quite a few, especially in finance proposal that we need to send out along with administrative costs that we can incur throughout the year. One of the major costs and administrative costs that will be going out is the club sports catastrophic insurance, which will be about $4,500, I believe. So we have to send that out as well, and that'll be incurred soon. These are the expenditures that have been made for October 2022. Thank you, Michaela, for that wonderful photo. So these are the expenses that we have incurred in October 2022. So we have exec name tax for $95.50. For the ropes course training, $1,350. Copy paper of $146.20. Homecoming tailgate, so we were at the tailgate, had a tent there, and other food items, $61.66. We had to replace the clock in the conference room, God bless us, for $452. SGA meeting poster, that's outside, $12. SGA DIY ghosted for $47.54. And then the finance proposal to QSA was $150. So overall, we have not spent that much money in October. We expect to incur more expenses this month as we get transportation and food items for the bonding trip and some of the other finance proposals that I hope to get soon. But are there any questions?
Are there any comments, questions, or concerns for Dan? Seeing none, thank you, Dan. Senior class president, Michaela Evans.
Hi, everyone. Ari, this is for you. I moved to appoint Ari Banish as a class of 2023 representative for the remainder of the academic year.
Has been moved. Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Ari Banish as a representative to Senate for the senior class for the remainder of the 2022-2023 academic year. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Congratulations. If there are no questions for the senior class president,
Oh, sorry.
I think it's all set. Is there any new business? Seeing none, announcements. Any announcements? Ethan Haynes?
Today is 1 week from Election Day. Please vote.
Yes, please go see Governor Charlie Baker tomorrow. And he's at 4 p.m. in Lofton Living Room, and go to the cornhole tournament to support them tonight. Dan Courier?
I'm going to be holding a focus group on classroom and conferencing technologies for ITSAC at 3:30 on Friday. I've invited a few people, most of them have not responded, so I'm expecting most of them will not show up. So please, if you want to attend, please do. We could use some people.
Any further? Michaela Evans.
199 days to commencement.
Roll call.
Michaela Evans.
Here.
Cade Levins. Here. Levi Ekstrom.
Here.
Caitlin Egan.
Here.
Nicholas Smith.
Here.
Timothy Allen.
Here.
Isabella Tatea.
Here.
Haley Kane.
Here.
Maggie Roberts.
Here.
Crystal Mills.
Here.
Christopher Lannon.
Here.
Eric Hardy.
Here.
Alana Downs.
Here.
Ethan Haynes.
Here.
Loic Black.
Here.
Alexandria Malios.
Here.
Daniel Lyons.
Here.
Lucas Appel. Nicholas Plumba.
Here.
Sarah Harrington.
Here.
Jack Gideon.
Here.
Joseph Benia. Konstantinos Tisopoulos.
Here.
Ari Banish.
Here.
If there's no additional business, I adjourn the meeting till November 8th. Thank you.
Good cornhole.
Go to cornhole.
Constantino, did I say your name right?
Yeah.